Episode 8. What Endures. The sky had finished watching, not because it was satisfied, but because nothing remained to test. The boy who once knelt in frozen grass was no longer visible. Not lost, outgrown. His name now moved without him, carried by banners carved into fear, spoken by mouths that had never seen his face. The world did not ask where he was, it assumed. He stood apart from the fires now, not in isolation, but in excess. Too many victories behind him, too many futures unfolding because of decisions he could no longer touch. The law moved faster than thought. The machine corrected itself. The empire breathed without instruction. This was success, and success, he understood, is when control becomes unnecessary. A council gathered for the last time. Generals, sons, men who would inherit momentum rather than choice. They spoke of borders yet to be crossed, of enemies not yet named, of how long this could last. They asked him what would remain. He did not answer immediately, because the question was wrong. What survives, he said at last, is never what we intend. He walked alone beneath the open sky one final time, not to challenge it, not to measure it, but to acknowledge what had been exchanged. The sky had taken the boy. In return, it had given the world a force. He thought of hunger, of chains biting into young wrists, of a brother cast into exile, of laws spoken in silence, of unity that became a weapon, of distance that turned men into symbols. Every step had been necessary. Every step had cost more than it gave. The boy was still there, but the world no longer needed him. It needed what he had set in motion. Long after his voice faded, the land would still move according to rules he had spoken without ceremony. Long after his body returned to the earth, his shadow would stretch across generations. Not because he conquered, but because he endured long enough to become inevitable. The sky did not judge him. It did not praise him. It simply remained, unchanged, vast, eternal, as it had been the night it tried to erase a boy kneeling in frozen grass. History would argue about his cruelty, about his greatness, about his legacy, but the sky would remember something simpler, that one man did not ask for mercy. He asked the world a question. Will you endure, or will you disappear? And then he built something that answered for him. The age that forged him was finished. What followed would no longer belong to time, only to consequence.